Let's talk about golf a little. No winner. Everything just started. A lot of the guys, doing what you expect them to do. Dustin Johnson.
Really? Not all of them. At the Players' Championship.
What you expect them to do, which is try to win.
Try to win, okay.
Yes. Well, Dustin Johnson, the man, the first man you saw right there, is status as #1 is seriously on that track. But of course, everybody wants to talk about Woods and Mickelson. They're not, well, early rounds yet, but not faring well.
But the fact that he earned a 6-way share of the first round simply tells a lot. DJ just having this precise
early lead,
and the notches and the birdies that he's having, so which is really a good one for him. So you also have other guys. Alex Noren is also there. You have Webb Simpson also there. Clayton Hadley, Match Kuchar, all of them are sharing that lead. But then you talk about Tiger Woods, but right now it's not a good start for him. Well, he could manage only a 72. Not a good one. Phil Mickelson, well, maybe later he's going to start off, but then after scoring 79 and drops 7 shots in 4-hole stretch from the 14th, so it simply means he's not having a good start at all at the Players' Championship. So Justin Thomas, John Moran, Spieth, Justin Rose, all of them, well, a chance of actually dislodging what Phil Mickelson has started.
Yeah, we'll see. Continue to monitor this. Golf, such a funny game. Might be on the leaderboard.
And if you don't take advantage of it,
you just crash some bad, and somebody you didn't see coming will end up winning. But we'll see all of this one. I pray that Tiger's performances improve because it's a big draw any day, anytime. Okay, Cecilia, let's move on from that and let's talk about rugby. It's interesting, a lot of things happening in African rugby. Let's put it in perspective. A lot of it happening in the world, but African rugby is what is getting our attention this morning. A few days ago, we had a chat with the president of the African Rugby and the International Sports Press Association, that's the AIPS. They had their congress, and rugby was like a showpiece.
Focus there.
It was a focus there, and a lot of information, a lot of things were put out there so that the world can know. And who are the best people to help you sell your market? Journalists.
The press, yeah. That's why they have to make it the
they just, and the whole essence is to unveil the new trophy, the qualification series, and a whole lot of things that will be happening in African rugby. Some things that we probably might not know if they didn't make good use of this kind of opportunity.
Of this opportunity, yes. AIPS having Congress in Brussels and decided to use this opportunity to actually showcase it. They have Mitchell will be talking about the president of AIPS in Africa, and that's the new Rugby Africa Gold Cup Perpetual Trophy there, and it's also going to serve as a Rugby World Cup qualifier, so officially unveiled. And of course, with all the right people that's supposed to be there being there that you talked about. Okay, we'll listen to reactions coming from the 81st AIPS Congress on this new Rugby African Gold Cup.
Rugby is the fastest growing sport across Africa. I believe the International Sport Press Association noticed that, and that's the reason why they decided to put the spotlight on African rugby.
It's a great honor for African rugby to be here at the APS Congress, annual Congress. We take this opportunity also to bring the trophy with APO, to present it to APS. Now everybody will know that we have a very good, very great trophy for Africa.
Africa rugby is also something that represents a culture, a tradition. And so together we will push the development of this sport in this important continent, but in the same time we will put a bridge between us and more journalists around the continent and around the world. And I think that with APO Group we can make a very good job.
We are looking at a united front designed to give new dream to the burgeoning youths in the continent who have always admired rugby, a game for all and a game that really needs plenty of passion.
Yes, welcome back. We're still at the Isheri Stadium here in Lagos State for day 4 of the Lagos preliminaries of the 10th edition of the Channels International Kids Cup. This is match 3, and we've got Explanter up against Dunmen School. Explanter are in the purple jerseys, while Dunmen are donning the yellow jerseys with green socks. All the pretty much rituals are going on right about now as both players are shaking the officials, and we're getting ready for a really cracking encounter. The weather is perfect. Amazing weather right here for the boys as they look to make it to the next round. As they get us kicked off, jersey number 11 starts the game for Explanta. Two-man numerical disadvantage for Explanta, but as we saw earlier today with OK Fako, and there's the win we talked about, the goal kick from the goalkeeper not going as well, and it's the first goal of the game. I hadn't finished talking about the wind, and it literally takes the wind out of the sails for Dunman. A huge stroke of luck for Explanta, but hey, they have been the better team, and you can see the celebrations. Amazing one, jersey number 8 there with his compatriot, is Akobi Patrick. 2 counter-attack, brilliant skill, left his man for dead, left him on the turf, and a chance now to release Daniel, and Chigozie is clean through on goal. Could this be the moment for Dunman? And it's the equalizer! You definitely knew it! You knew it! It had to be Chigozie Daniel. It had to be Gabriel Chigozie. He has been the life wire for Dunman. A brilliant pass, a crossfield pass. Chigozie, ice cool finish. The referee whistle goes, and Akorede with the chance. It's a brilliant penalty.
He blasts his whistle. Chigozie steps up. And he drives it and he's in.
Dunman as Explanta take their second kick. That's a brilliant penalty.
Moves forward, he strikes it. That's how you score a penalty. You pick your spot and you hit the ball.
And his captain, Wasius, had a good game. Can he bury the penalty? He does.
Taking his time, steps up. Oh my goodness! He has missed the spot kick.
He puts his team 1 penalty away. It's a brilliant penalty.
He steps up, left with a kick. He strikes it and he scores. Emphatic penalty.
It's a brilliant chance on the shoulder of jersey number 5. Can he bury it? This goes in and they go through, and it's in, and it's over. The penalty shootout. Happiness and joy for Explanta. Heartbreak for Dunman. It has finished in the penalty shootout by 5-3 in favor of Explanta. You can see joyous scenes on the field.